everyone, welcome back to more Flush and Bad, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So we're going to be doing some Hunted Sealed, but this time we're doing it in paper. We were fortunate enough to get one of the boxes, so shout out to our locals for allowing us to buy it. And yeah, we're just going to do 8-pack sealed between the two of us. We're just going to do one game, I think, to start it out. Yeah, and it's gonna be fun. We're gonna try to talk through like our packs, our picks, and then kind of our deck construction as well. So, in for a fun time. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, if you like this, let us know, and we'll try and do more in the future. Hi, so it's me, Tegan. I'm going to be opening my packs first, so let's get started. All right, so I like to sort them by foil, rares and majestics, and then I will do the commons, and then I just go through after and sort everything. This just kind of lets me see if I get any bombs. So here we've got Tag the Target, yellow as our foil, which I don't think is amazing. We've got Relentless Pursuit and Silver Talons red as our rares. Then we've got Mark with Magma, Knife Through Butter, Mark the Prey, Blood Drop, Sworn Vengeance, Reaper's Call, For the Realm, Throw Yourself at Them, Leapfrog Leggings, Tip Off, and Scar Tissue. So nice. Overall, pretty good pack.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good pack.
A lot of decent stuff in here, but nothing like huge bomb so far. So let's see where the second pack goes. All right, second pack. So I would take out the tokens. Nice. Oh, I guess that can be in that spot too.
Yeah, interesting. It's a token.
All right, so tokens are out. So we've got a foil red Sworn Vengeance, which is excellent. Orb Weaver Spinneret and Twist and Turn Yellow as our rares. So we'll move these up to the rares. And then we've got Fire Tenant Strike Fist, Sisters of Fire, Two Sides to the Blade, Grow Claws, Point of Engagement, Scuttle the Canal, Red Alert Gloves, Lay Low, For the Emperor, Pick Up the Point, and A Vow of Vengeance as our commons and equipment.
Do you get 2 equipment in that pack?
Yeah, you can get 2 equipment apparently.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Of these, I think Red Alert Gloves is really, really good as an Assassin Warrior equipment. But there's nothing in this pack other than maybe like the Sworn Vengeance and I think the Orb Weaver that is like pulling me anywhere. So I think we're still open. All right, on to pack 3. So remove the tokens. And we got Mark of the Funnel Web as our foil. Display Loyalty as our rare. A Blade Beckoner Plating as a rare. These are really good.
Yeah, those are really good and limited.
So the play pattern here, because it has Guardwell, is you block a non-weapon attack, and then the next time you block a weapon attack, it gets +1. So you essentially can cash this in twice. It's really good. So those are our rares. And then we've got Trap and Release, Hunt to Killer, Hunted or Hunter, Grow Claws, Imperial Intent, Two Sides to the Blade, Poison Blade, Code of Allegiance, Scar Tissue, Tip Off, and For the Emperor as our commons.
Nice. Another 2 equipment pack.
Yep. I don't know if that's like supposed to... Well, yeah, actually that would be weird because it's a rare.
Right.
But yeah, let's go on to pack 4. Pack 4. So, remove the tokens. We've got an exposed. Hey!
Shelter's pretty
Shelter nice. From the Storm. Oh, right.
It's pretty nice pickup, especially in limited. Just 0 for 4 react.
It's also a nice pickup for CC. I'm going to probably be slotting this into one of my CC decks soon. So, these are our rares. Yeah. This is obviously like really good. This yellow to the point's fine. So we'll put these up here. Then we've got Sizzling Steel, Reaper's Call, Dust Runner Outlaw, Hunt to Killer, Mark of the Black Widow, Grow Wings, Pick Up the Point, Scar Tissue, Heart of Vengeance, Tip Off, and Hunt the Hunter as our commons.
Pretty solid.
Pretty solid stuff. Hunter. Okay, it's time for pack 5. So, ooh, Nice little foil Warcry of Themis in the expansion slot.
Oh, that card fucking hosed me in CC the other day.
It's a good card.
It's a pretty good card.
So we've got a Bite as our foil rare, an Art of the Dragon Scale as another rare, and a Cut from the Same Cloth red as another rare. Really good rares.
Yeah, really solid rares.
Yeah.
1-for-5s are especially quite good.
This is fantastic. This is obviously pretty good. This is also really solid. So just solid stuff all around. We'll move those up here real quick so that we can show off the commons. We got Cinder Skin Devotion, Scalding Iron, Mark of the Funnel Web, Tag the Target, Cut Deep, Extinguish the Flames, Burning Blade Dance, Take a Stab, Nip at the Heels, Blessing of Vincerikai, Endangered Digits. So I think there's definitely a few really solid cards in this. This can be kind of backbreaking if you're playing Arachne into Syndra.
Yeah.
And then, like, Cinder Skin Devotion is just good card from original Uprising. But yeah.
Yeah, seems like you got a really solid pool so far.
I think that, like, I can kind of take this any way I really want to. Let's move on to the next pack. All right, pack 6. So we haven't opened anything like crazy, but you know, maybe it'll be, well, not right now. So we got foil Throw Dagger.
Ooh, that's real nice.
Then we got a red Twist and Turn, and a Cut Through red. So
all real solid.
Yeah, I've been opening really solid M's and no rares, so I think that my pool will be pretty good. So we got Dust Runner Outlaw, Cut Deep, Backstab, Hot on Their Heels, Hunt a Killer, Reaper's Call, Leapfrog Leggings, Pick Up the Point, Scar Tissue, Lay Low, and a Red Alert Gloves as our equipment, or our second piece of equipment. Yeah, like some pretty solid stuff here. A lot of good assassin stuff, it looks like. Like Reaper's Call, Pick Up the Point, Backstab. Cool. Well, let's move on to the next pack. We're on pack 7. You might have noticed the Band-Aid has appeared on my thumb between shots. I gave myself a paper cut opening this around pack 4. Alright, so got our tokens. Got a Pledge Fealty, a Diced, and a yellow Up Sticks and Run.
Card is a menace in CC.
We've gotten a ton of really good warrior cards so far, and that's kind of sort of where I'm leaning, but we'll see. So we've got Point of Engagement, Hunted or Hunter, Grow Wings, Knife Through Butter, Mark of the Funnel Web, Trap and Release, Lair of the Spider, Take a Stab, Trottle On, Red Alert Boots, and Tooth of the Dragon.
Tooth of the Dragon's a real good thing too.
Tooth of the Dragon's really good in Fang. The Draconic instants in Fang are actually really good, and they have like unique play into the Red Alert armor because they're instants, so they don't trigger the buff. So you can, if they're just blocking with that, you can play out a Draconic instant, and it'll push the dagger right over. Cool. We'll move on to the final pack. Let's hope that there's something.
Nothing but Marvels.
Yeah, Marvels, Legendaries, Fableds, Misprints. Who knows? All right, final pack. Come on. I've made it so much harder for myself by giving myself that paper cut. Oh,
Cold Foil Danger Digits.
Welcome to Hosetown. Can't even play it in the pool. All right, we got Grow Wings as our foil, and it's a common. Then we got a Silver Talons and a Bubble to the Surface as our rares.
Not crazy rares.
I'm not crazy about either of these rares.
I'm partial to blue Silver Talons and CC, but
yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure any of these are really making the cut, but we'll see. So then we got Tag the Target, Scalding Iron, Mark of the Black Widow, Grow Wings, Knife Through Butter, Mark of the Funnel Web, Tooth of the Dragon, Pick Up the Point, Take a Stab, Vow of Vengeance, and a Public Bounty. So yeah, so those were my packs.
How you feeling about the pool?
I think I've got a lot of really just good reds at least. If we look through this and kind of fan it out a little bit, we've got a lot of like reds from stuff like, so we got like a lot of these Draconic Instants. We've got like a lot of red assassin cards. We've got some really solid hybrid stuff, and we also have like just our blues or stuff that I think are also pretty good. So I'm actually feeling pretty good about this pool. I think I'll be able to make like something pretty good, but yeah.
You have a particular direction you're trying to go?
I'd like to play Fang. I think he's really good in sealed. He just kind of has like a really high floor to him. But yeah, like whatever pool is the best is what I'm going to try and play. But I think I can go in
A lot of different directions.
a lot of different directions. Maybe me. I don't know about Syndra, but like I think they're all definitely open.
Cool.
So yeah, so let's see how Aurora does on her pulls.
All right, well, I'm going to start with pack 1 here. So Tegan had a pretty good seal pool. I'm excited to see what is in mine. All right, so first pack, again, we'll take out our tokens. We got a nice little foil display loyalty, which is a rare. We got a Razor Reflex and a Whittle from the Bone as well.
Those are both pretty good, especially Razor Reflex, which I forgot was in the set.
Then let's take a look at our commons. So we got a Bloodline, a Searing Gaze, Mark the Prey, Trap and Release Blue, Point of Engagement, Reaper's Call, Mark with Magma, Blessing of Vincerikai, Lair of the Spider, Danger Digits, and then a Den of the Spider.
Cool. Which cards are you feeling strongest about in this pack?
Well, I like the Display Loyalty and the Mark with Magma. Those have been pretty solid, at least in CC Syndra. We also got 2 reacts in this pack, so we got Den of the Spider and Lair of the Spider. Notably, we have the first, I think, ever Ninja Defense or Ninja Trap, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
We got Lair of the Spider, which if you defend an attack for Gogan, it gets Mark.
You also have the first Warrior Trap.
Yeah, first Warrior Trap, which is also cool. And then we also got Danger Digits, which is a really solid equipment piece in Syndra. So I'm kind of leaning, like, again, first pack, so not really leaning in any direction, but a lot of good Syndra stuff in here. Also some decent Fang stuff as well. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how the second pack goes.
All right, on to pack 2. We'll take out our tokens. We got a Foil Hunted Killer. Ooh, Blood Runs Deep. Very, very nice. And then a March of Loyalty, which is also just playable as like a 0/4 Draconic attack that blocks 3. Like, very, very solid card, even if you don't get the fealty to give it go again.
It's starting to look more and more like you're going to be playing
Yeah,
Syndra.
we got some very strong Syndra things going
signals.
on here. I'm just going to put the foil coming there. Let's move on to our comments. We got Sisters of Fire, which I'm not crazy about. We got Scuttle, Grow Claws, Sworn Vengeance, Razor's Edge, Lava Vein Loyalty, Put in Context. We got a first piece of our Red Alert set. And then we got Proclaim Vengeance, Poison Blade, and Incision. Some pretty strong cards in this pack. Lava Vein Loyalty, just very, very solid Cinder card as well. Same thing with like Grow Claws. Put into Context, also just a very, very solid blue in this format, just because like it's pretty guaranteed a lot of the time that you're going to be able to block something with 3 or less base. And yeah, Razor's Edge, also a very, very solid assassin card, but I'm thinking I'm kind of leaning Syndra at this point, but
Yeah, it
try
seems
not
like
to try not to commit too hard, but it seems like it's quite good.
It seems like you're getting a lot of good reasons to play Syndra, and like looking at the past couple packs, it seems like your reasons to play the other heroes just aren't as strong at the moment.
But we'll see what happens.
Who knows? You might open Absolute Fire in the next pack. Let's see.
All right, so on to pack 3. I have a little bit of trouble opening this. Okay.
Don't get a paper cut.
Don't get a paper cut. All right. We got a little null time zone in our expansion slot.
Ooh.
So that's a fun card for Dio to name Chi and ruin Mystic Heroes. All right, so we got a Public Bounty as our foil, and then we got a Diced and an Aura of Dragonfire, which is also very, very good Cinder card.
So at this point, I feel like it's safe to say it would take
I'm not
kind
locked.
of a lot.
Yeah, it would take
really
a lot.
sway you.
All right, but let's take a look at our comments. So we got Point of Engagement in yellow, which is whatever. We got Plunge the Prospect, which is pretty okay in Arachne. Fire Tenant Strike Fist, another very, very good Cinder card, just being a 0/4 a lot of the time. And then we have blue Mark the Prey, blue Knife Through Butter, red Tag the Target, Heart of Vengeance, which is a pretty playable Cinder equipment as well. Then we got Tip Off, Hunt the Hunter, which is, again, another solid Draconic card. Leapfrog Vocal Sack, and then a Poison Blade. So again, a lot of good Cinder cards here. I'm not really seeing a ton of other stuff for like Fang or Arachne, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, it seems like looks like your pool's like pointing you in a very specific direction.
Yeah, it feels like it's at this point. But we'll see what the other packs have.
It's a meme, you playing Cinder Unlimited.
Yeah.
Have you played a single other hero unlimited at this point?
I tried to draft Fang and then it went horribly, so yeah, I guess I haven't. All right, we're on to pack 4. All right, so let's remove our tokens. And then we got a blue Trot Along, which is pretty decent in sealed actually, just because it's just a blue block 3. Then we have Anaphylactic Shock as a Majestic and Bite. Anaphylactic Shock is notably not incredible right now, but maybe playable at some point.
Maybe.
And then we'll put that there. All right, next let's move on to our commons. So we have Point of Engagement Red, which is okay. Cinderskin Devotion, very solid Cinder card. Scuttle the Canal. We got a Scalding Iron, which I think this card's not very good as well. Mark of the Funnel Web, Tag the Target. We got another piece of the Red Alert set. We got the Red Alert Visor. We also got Path of Vengeance as another equipment, which is pretty good in Syndra or Fang. And then we got Public Bounty Red, Throw Yourself at Them, and then Incision. So nothing crazy, I think, at the common slot, just some decent like equipment, and then like Cinderskin I think is quite good. Public Bounty I think is also like semi-playable, but yeah, nothing crazy out of this pack, I think.
All right, let's move on to pack 5.
All right, on to pack 5. So let's take out our commons. We got a big marked. Okay. We got a Point of Engagement as our foil, and we got Sound the Alarm and Orb Weaver Spinneret. Sound the Alarm is just a very playable card. It's just a 1 for 5. Like, even if you don't get the effect off of it, the reveal is actually quite useful. So we're going to put these up here. Orb Weaver Spinneret, also a very solid card. Making Graphene Chiliceras is a very powerful thing, apparently, in Limited, that I learned today. All right, let's put the foil up here. Then we got a Blistering Blade, a Backstab, a Plunge the Prospect, a Trap and Release Red, Stabbing Pain. We got a Mark of the Black Widow, Take a Stab, Nip at the Heels, For the Realm, Starting Point, and another Lair of the Spider. So Blistering Blade is pretty good Fang card. I think Stabbing Pain is also semi-decent. I don't think it's as good as like Blistering Blade, but the 0-cost Fang cards are very, very good. For Syndra, we got like Lair of the Spider, and I think For the Realm is also quite playable in Syndra. Trap and Release also not terrible, but not being Draconic is a little bit awkward. But yeah, pretty solid stuff so far. All right, on to pack 6. Take out our commons, or our tokens. We got a Firm Loyalty, very, very good Fang card. And then we got a Cut from the Same Cloth, as well as a Dragon Power. So these are 3 rares, one of which is foil. Dragon Power is also very, very solid in Syndra, just because it's a good fealty outlet. So very happy about that. Now let's take a look at our commons. Move those aside. We got a Fire Tenant Strike Fist, which is decent blue. Then a Hunt the Killer, Scuttle the Canal. We got a Mark with Magma. Then we got a Knife Through Butter, Mark the Prey, Take a Stab, Hand of Vengeance, Public Bounty, Pledge Fealty, and Poison Blade. So again, pretty decent Syndra cards. Pledge Fealty I think is also like semi-underrated in Fang, at least from my experience. Like,
I think it's pretty good.
It's actually pretty good to just turn on, like, get a Fealty and then give go again, and +1. It's kind of like a 0 for 1, make a Fealty, go again. So yeah, pretty solid stuff. We also got an equipment. Yeah, let's move on to pack 7. All right, moving on to pack 7. All right, take out our commons. We got a For the Realm foil. We also got a blue Cut Through, a red To the Point. Red To the Point I think is like pretty okay in like Fang and stuff. But no crazy rares. I think they're just solid. Let's move these aside. And we got For the Realm on top. All right, let's look through our commons. So we got Blood Drop, Sworn Vengeance, which is I think a very, very solid Fang card. Reaper's Call, which I think is also pretty decent in Mario. We got Sisters of Fire, which I'm not crazy about that card. We got Fire Tenant Strike Fist, 2 Sides of the Blade, which is pretty good React. Then we got a Blue Grow Claws, a Leapfrog Slime Skin, a Den of the Spider, an Outed, and a For the Drakai. It's pretty solid stuff. We got a lot more, I think, Warrior stuff in this pack. Like, I think the Sworn Vengeance and the Den of the Spider are quite solid. But I'm happy to see, like, the Leapfrog equipment as well. I think Leapfrog equipment is pretty good.
Yeah, I played. One of my opponents was playing it and was able to like move it between my daggers fairly efficiently, and it got a lot of value.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that if they don't close the combat chain, you actually can like move it to different pieces of like different weapons or like different attacks, which is kind of cool.
Cool.
Cool. All right, let's move on to our final pack. All right, so we've got our final pack. This is pack 8. Let's see what we get. Hoping for something good. All right, we got our 2 tokens. Let's see, we got a Mark of the Prey. We got a Pursue to the Pits of Despair, and then we got a Red Upsticks. Pretty solid, just dagger card. A lot less powerful than it was like a couple days ago, but still pretty happy to see that, especially in like Syndra. So let's move these up. Put those up there. All right, and then we have a blue Cut Deep, a red Extinguish the Flames. This card is kind of messed up.
I agree.
I forgot that a contract specifically says that like whenever like the contract stays open the entire chain link, which I think is really cool.
Entire combat chain.
The entire combat chain, which is again makes it very powerful. You can draw like multiple cards. I got completely wrecked by this card not knowing that. Then we got a Burning Blade Dance, which is I think another very solid attack in Syndra, specifically just a 0 for 3 most of the time go again that also just blocks 3 is very, very good. Then we got a Yellow Point of Engagement, a Hunted or the Hunter. This is an Assassin Defense React. Then we got a Grow Wings, which is another pretty solid card in Syndra. Smoke Out, which is just a good Draconic defense reaction, which is also kind of cool. Throw Yourself At Them, which is good dagger synergy. And then we got a Take a Stab, Leapfrog Gloves, and a Trot Along. Yeah, so I'm looking pretty positive about this pool. There's a lot of good Syndra cards in this pool. I'm not really convinced that we got a ton else for like anyone. Like I don't think we got anything crazy for like Fang or Arachne or anything.
No, it looks like you're continuing to play Syndra and Hunted.
Yeah, no reason to pick another hero. Syndra, we are locked in. And yeah, cool.
Cool. Well, we'll get into our building here in a sec.
All right, so went ahead and built my sealed pool here. So this is kind of what we're working with. Let's first kind of talk through the equipment. So I've got 2 Leapfrog equipment as my chest in my head slot. I've also got Danger Digits as my arm piece. So being able to flick a dagger in Syndra is very, very powerful. Lets you like set up another like double dagger turn, which is quite good. And then I didn't really have a better leg piece, so I'm just running Path of Vengeance. Assuming Tegan's not playing Arachne, this is actually just basically like an Iron Rot boot, but Iron Rot boot's not bad. And yeah, that's pretty much my equipment suite. Let's kind of go into the cards, and this is kind of how I separated them. So I've separated them here. Up top is Go Again. Up top, or on the bottom, is No Go Again. So most of my 0 costs have like conditional Go Again or like just Go Again, like Up Sticks and Run. So these cards are all basically kind of like 0 for 3s. Fire Tenant, Strike Fist, and Up Sticks and Run are basically both 0 for 4s though, which are very, very strong. And then we got 2 0 for 4 no Go Again, although March of Loyalty is like more conditional Go Again. Only if I've created a fealty though, so lots of good 0 costs here. And then let's kind of look at our 1 costs. So we have 4 1 costs that already just have basic Go Again. So Mark with Magma and Cinder Skin Devotion are both 1 for 4s, and Mark with Magma has the additional on-hit mark effect, which is quite good. Grow Claws is not Draconic. It's just a ninja attack, but if a Draconic attack was last attack of this chain link, it gets +1, which is, I think, very solid as a 1 for 5 Go Again. All right, next we have the kind of 1 costs that do not have Go Again. So we have Sound the Alarm here, which I think is just a very generically good card. Then we got a Art of Dragonfire, which is basically 1 for 7. If you can use a fealty to like turn on the effect. Dragon Power is very similar, 1 for 7, but the damage is more so on the attack stat as opposed to just dealing 2 damage generically. And then we also have a Hunt the Hunter, which is a 1 for 5 that if I played another red card this turn, you just get a mark. It doesn't have to hit, which is really nice. And then I'm running a Razor Reflex as a reaction. So Razor Reflex just might be able to get Tegan when they're not looking. So very excited to play with Razor Reflex in this deck. I think it's quite solid. And yeah, if we hit with something, we can also like give something Go Again. So pretty hard card to play around. I put the Blood Runs Deep up here at the 2 cost slot, even though it's not really a 2 cost. Most of the time, this is kind of similar to like our Lava Vein Loyalties and other stuff. Like this is kind of like a 0 for 3 Go Again most of the time. But it has the added benefit of like resetting our daggers, so we can like buy back both daggers at the same time, which is very, very powerful. So very, very solid card, especially at a 3 block. And then over here we have our reacts. So we have 2 Lair of the Spiders, which will, if they're defending a card with Go Again, they'll give a mark. And then a 1 Smoke Out, which is if it's defending a red card, mark the attacking hero. Yeah, so those are the reds. We have 3 reacts, a lot of good just Go Again cards, and then a lot of good 1 for 5s, which are really solid. Next, we'll take a look at the blues. So the blues are nothing to really write home about. We have blue cut through, which I think is just very low opportunity cost. If we hit with the dagger, it gets go again, so it's like a 0 for 2 go again that also blocks 2, which is fine. We also have Fire Chain and Strike Fist, which is another like blue block 2, and Grow Claws kind of feels like a similar slot. We've also got a bunch of like blue block 3, so we got 2 Charlongs, Nip at the Heels, Put into Context. These cards are not really like that good on their own, especially like Charlong. Like most of our stuff already has go again. But just having a blue block 3 in your deck, I think, is quite solid and pretty important. We're currently running about 9 blues, which I think is about where we want to be, especially with our 1 cost. I debated trying to go to like 8 blues, but I think 9 blues is just like pretty safe, so we're going to kind of try to roll with that. We also have a Trap and Release up here, which is kind of like a whatever card. Not super crazy about Trap and Release, but it does have an on-hit mark, and it costs 1, which is pretty good. And then Public Bounty is an unconditional mark. So I put that in the blue slot in case we like go first and we can just apply a mark early, which I think will help us kind of like generate our fealty for some of our bigger payoff cards. Yeah, so that's kind of my pool. This is 30 cards, I hope, I think. If there's a card I'm missing, I'll maybe talk about it in the games. But yeah, this is kind of the 30 cards I'm considering playing in Tegan. It does depend on what Tegan ends up playing. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm playing Syndra, so we might have some sideboard cards that I might end up slotting in that, and we'll talk about that if I end up doing that. But yeah, that's going to be the list, and yeah, we'll go over Tegan's list next.
Okay, so now it's time for me to go over my sealed pool. So in my pack opening, I was kind of like, oh, I'll play Fang. But looking at my cards, my Fang pool wasn't actually very good at all. So I decided to be a little bit adventurous and play Arachne, the Web of Deceit. Is that what he is?
I think that's what he is.
Let's find out. Arachne, Web of Deceit. So I decided to have some fun with the Chaos Assassin. So I built my pool and sort of sorted it by regular actions, attack reactions, attack actions, and then my blues. And here's my equipment. So one thing about my equipment is I unfortunately did not get a head slot. I got a lot of duplicate arm and leg piece equipments. I have a really good piece of equipment in my chest piece, blade beckoner plating. I have danger digits. I've got red alert boots. I think those are all pretty okay. I've got 2 D-Reacts here. One of them is Lair of the Spider. When it defends an attack with Go Again, mark the attacking hero. I feel like there's just a lot of Go Again across all 3 heroes, so Lair of the Spider, I think, is a pretty solid pickup for me. Then I'm running Shelter of the Storm. It just seems solid, especially with all the 1 power daggers coming in. This can cover up 3 of them, or like 2 in a flick. So yeah, so that's why I'm playing that. Then I've got Orb Weaver, Spinneret, and Cut from the Same Cloth. Both of these are just solid assassin actions. They buff your attacks with stealth. This buffs your daggers. You know, just good stuff. Then we've got assassin attack reacts. So I've got 2 Scar Tissues, 2 Take a Stabs, and 2 sides to the blade. 2 sides to the blade, rather. So just like good tricks and stuff like that. Then we've got my assassin attack actions. So we've got like Bite, Cut Through, 2 Mark of the Funnel Webs, a Reaper's Call, 2 Pick Up the Points, throw yourself at them, and extinguish the flames. So if Aurora's playing Syndra, which I think she probably is, given her pool, this will be really good, provided that I can just keep the hits going on a combat chain. Then over on my blues, we've got Throw Dagger, the Majestic, which I think is probably pretty good. We got Trot Along. There's plenty of 3 or less base power attacks that don't naturally have Go Again in Assassin, so I think Trot Along is a solid slot. Relentless Pursuit just as like a, you know, anti-fatigue card and also just like a way to mark. 2 Mark of the Black Widow blue. It was the only version of the card I had, unfortunately. Blue Take the Stab. Blue Take a Stab. 2 blue Pick Up the Points. A blue Reaper's Call. A Scar Tissue. And another Mark of the Funnel Web. So that's kind of what I'm rolling with. I think it'll be really interesting. I don't think my pool is anywhere as good or cohesive as Aurora's, but I do think that I got some alright cards at least.
Hey everyone, we're going to go ahead and get into the sealed game, so let's do high roll.
Sure, go for it.
Alright, I've got a 7.
Cool.
Try to beat that.
I'll use 3 dice.
Sure.
I'm not. All right. I did beat it. I
All right.
got an 11.
All right, your pick, first or second.
I think I go first because if I can mark you, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
So I think I'm gonna go first.
right.
Would you like to cut?
No, you're good.
All right. You're also good.
Cool. All right, so you said you're gonna go first.
Yes.
Cool.
So we've got the life counter here for you all to follow along, and yeah,
Just go ahead and get into it.
going and getting into it. So let's see. We will pitch these 2 reds to mark the huntsman for 1.
All right, looks like Tegan's got a rough first turn.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and I think deny the mark. I will give you a lava vein loyalty.
All right. In reactions, why don't you go ahead and get marked?
Okay, fair enough. No avoiding it.
No avoiding it. It's not that bad, actually. I got the thing off.
Yeah.
Cool. So in that case, what I'll do is move to the end of turn.
All right, pretty good.
So there's an Arachne. So we're going to see which of the agents of chaos...
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. So the even numbers are on the back of these guys. So
Cool.
let's roll for it.
All right,
2. So that's going to be Funnel Web.
Funnel Web.
Once per turn attack reaction, discard an assassin card. Target assassin attack gets +3. If it has stealth, it gets when it hits a hero, banish a card in their arsenal. Oh, sick. It's
it's command and conquer, basically.
it's a surgical on a stick.
Discard a card from their hand or from their arsenal.
Arsenal. Or no,
Yeah,
opposite.
so CNC on a stick. Or leave no on a
Leave
stick.
no witnesses.
That's the card we're looking
We
for.
did it. We figured out the card.
All right, that's pretty good.
All right. Well, in that case, I'll arsenal this card and I will draw.
All right, I will draw up as well.
Good luck on your next game.
Oh, I like on my next game.
Good luck on your next game.
Okay. Let's start out on my turn. So I have a couple different lines here. I feel like I am disincentivized from trying to keep an arsenal against the funnel web over there.
The funnel web.
So I don't really feel like I want to arsenal anything. Got a couple lines here. I think I'm actually going to take the bold line of just sending a Cinderskin Devotion at you. It does not have go again currently.
Oh, you have a Razor Reflex in hand.
Well, I also have Path.
You have a Path of Vengeance. Face up on the table.
Face up on the table.
Face up. Can I read Path of Vengeance?
Target attack, targeting Arachne gets go again.
Oh, that's so stupid.
Yep.
I wish I was playing Fang. This is terrible. Okay, so how about we do some cashing in of some armor?
Sure.
And let me think if I want to block anything else.
Is that the red alert?
Yeah, so you don't have a ton of attack reacts outside Razor Reflex, but if that is the card you're doing this turn, then cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then just thinking a little bit about what I'm doing. I think that's gonna do it for me. I'll block
so
that.
you're currently blocking
2 on 4.
2 on 4. All right, I will attempt to go for the Razor Reflex, which will buff your equipment. So you're now blocking 3 on 7.
So, yeah. So I have no reacts.
Sure. So
I'll
take 4. All right, and now this gets Gogan.
Yep.
Which is pretty good. I'm basically doing this mainly because I didn't want to arsenal Razor Reflex because Tegan's got Funnel Web anyways. So I just want to do this just to cash in damage, and I'll go ahead and send Mark with Magma. So this does have the on hit of Mark since it's my second Draconic Chain Link. I think this is a pretty good line for me just because I don't particularly want to keep an arsenal against Funnel Web if it's going to go away anyways, you know? This also lets us preserve our daggers, which I think is semi-relevant.
You know what? I'm going to take 4.
All right, sounds good. So you are now marked yourself.
I got a mark right here.
All right, here you go.
Okay.
All right, and then I'll pass it back to you. I do not have an arsenal, so I'm hoping to dodge that...
yes, you've denied me value by not arsenaling.
Well, it's a face-up CNC. I don't know. I don't think I'm keeping an arsenal anyways.
I don't think you're keeping an arsenal this turn.
All right. Back to you.
Let's do a pick up the point for 3 go again.
Ooh, pretty nice. Not going to retrieve, I assume.
No, that would be cheating.
That would be cheating.
And I also don't...
You don't want a third dagger?
there's also no daggers in my graveyard. So if I were to get a third dagger, you'd have to stop the recording and call a judge.
Okay. I have no reactions.
I will danger digits.
Fair enough.
So I'll flick this dagger at you.
Sure. So
You're not marked at this point.
So I
it's hit.
Yep. So I'll unmark, remark, take one, right?
Yeah. And yep. And then
Pick up the point hits.
pick up the point hits.
So
You take
this will
3.
take off the mark.
And now you're not marked again.
All right. So that I think is kind of okay with me.
Sounds good. So what we're gonna do now is close a check.
All right. Sounds
Okay.
good.
So we're going to read through my cards very carefully. So let's play Orb Weaver Spinneret.
Ooh, get your first graphene.
I get
That's
my
pretty
graphene,
early.
yeah. So next attack with stealth this turn gets +3.
That's kind of gross.
Okay. And then we're going to pitch this bite.
Sure.
To attack you with my graphene Chelicera
For 4?
for 4 currently.
That's kind of gross.
That is
And
kind
you
of
can also buff it with Arachne since graphene does have stealth.
Yes, indeed.
All right. I don't think there's anything I can do about that, so I'm gonna say no blocks. Any reactions?
Yeah, I'm gonna scar tissue it,
That's pretty good.
putting it up to 7 on hit mark.
Damn, that's pretty gross.
Better than this currently because you don't have an arsenal.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take 7, so go to 9, and then I also get a mark.
Yep.
Or go to 9. And
Go
then
to 9. You get a mark.
Get a mark.
This does not have go again, but that is fine with me. So I'm gonna move to the end of my turn.
And you're returning to the brood.
So I'm gonna return to the brood. Mark stays on. Funnel web goes away.
Yep.
This goes into the arsenal. This goes on the bottom of my deck, and then I draw it.
It's a pretty good turn from you.
That was a pretty good turn. This is a pretty fun hero.
Yeah, Arachne seems like a lot of fun, especially when you have like kind of like the random effects happening.
It's a little hard
Yeah.
to read through all the
Seems kinda
cards.
difficult.
Yeah, and everything's like a scary assassin card, so it all looks the same.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead
Okay.
and start with Kunai here, coming in for 1.
So I'm gonna block with my Guardwell equipment. It gets +1 because it's defending a weapon, so I'm blocking 1/1.
That is pretty good there. All right, yeah, that works. Next, I will go ahead
I'm gonna
and
move this over in case
Yeah.
the chin gets long.
I'll go ahead and send in Mark with Magna. So this has Gogan, and when it hits Mark, and it will also remove your Mark and make a fealty if it hits.
You can stack it so that the mark gets removed.
Yeah, so
okay.
when this hits, I will remove the Mark and then also reapply the Mark.
So that makes it pretty easy with my turn. So I'm gonna block 3 and go to reacts.
I have no reaction.
I'll discard Shelter from the storm.
Sure.
And it'll prevent the next time I'll be dealt damage, or the next 3 times I am dealt damage, I'll prevent 1.
So I have actually a response to the instant, if that's okay with you.
That's fine with me.
So I will danger digits in response
Oh, before it happens.
before it happens.
Cool.
So that I did.
You do hit me.
So I do hit you. This dagger notably goes to graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 draconic chain links here, which I guess maybe.
So there's danger digits.
Oh yeah, danger digits also goes away. So basically, what this does is it gives me a fealty, gets around the shelter. We get a dagger in graveyard so that we can rebuy later. And yeah, we're overall, I think, in a pretty good spot.
But Shelter resolves?
Shelter will now resolve.
Okay, so the effect is happening. Do you have any further reacts to this?
I have no further reactions to that.
So this will prevent 1 of that damage.
Yep.
So I take no damage here.
That is correct.
Cool.
All right. And then next off, it's definitely a little bit awkward, but I'm going to go ahead and pop my fealty here. And I think it's really important that I made this fealty because now I want to send in the dragon power for 7.
Ooh, that's really gross.
So yeah, pretty good attack here. I guess it's coming in for 4 and getting buffed by 3, so pretty solid. And then notably, this is my 3rd Draconic Chain Link, which I'm going to keep track of with this dice. So this will allow me to rebuy the back of that dagger that I threw at Tegan.
All right. So as much as this is ass, I'm going to have to just say I'm going to declare no blocks on this.
I have no reaction.
So 1 will prevent, and I'll
Yep.
take 6.
Take 6 total. Before the chain closes, I'm going to go ahead and rebuy the kunai,
Cool.
which is free because I have 3 Draconic Chain Links. And then I will go ahead and arsenal and pass back to you.
Sounds good to me.
So that goes away.
Didn't get full value out of Shelter, but whatever.
Yeah.
It did the thing that it was supposed to do.
I can attack react like that to an instant, right? I think.
If I'm doing it in reactions.
Yeah.
So, what I should have done is done it before reactions.
That's kind of a weird trick.
Yeah. Oh well. So I'm gonna start with pick up the point for 3 go again. I'm not gonna retrieve a dagger from my graveyard here.
Okay, that makes sense. I will go ahead and say no blocks. Any reactions?
I have no Rex.
I'm going to attempt to smoke out that. So that will give you a mark since it's defending a red card.
Cool. Sounds good.
Anything else?
Well, not on this link.
Okay, sounds good.
We're gonna do graphene or
Do whatever.
actually no, we're not gonna do graphene.
We're gonna
That's dumb. So no, actually we are gonna do graphene. Sorry, ignore me.
All right, so graphene is coming in for 1.
It's coming in for 2 because this is stealth.
Oh right,
And it has go again because you're marked.
Yeah, graphene is like so solid and limited. I think I'm gonna say no blocks. Any reactions?
I have no reacts.
I will go ahead and take 2.
Cool.
Go to 7.
It gets go again.
Yep, and it does remove the mark.
Does remove the mark. Mark the Huntsman.
All right, finishing on a Mark of the Huntsman.
Well, it's go again, so who knows?
Oh yeah, it could be anything.
Could be anything. Could even be a boat.
It's definitely some. So it's only coming for 1 currently, right? I think I'm supposed to maybe just go ahead and give you some equipment here. I'm gonna go ahead and give you Heart of Vengeance here to block 1.
Sounds good to me.
Just because I want to try to deny that mark, if I can.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and pass the turn.
All right, sounds good. All right, on my turn, it's a little bit awkward, but I think we can make this work. I'm gonna start with kunai for 1, pitching a Fire Tenant Strikefest.
I hate these kunais.
Yeah, the kunais get really annoying real fast.
So I'm gonna say no blocks on the kunai.
I have no reactions on the kunai. Cool. And next, I will follow up with a Grow Claws. So if a Draconic attack was the last attack this combat chain, it gets +1, so it's coming in for 3. And I'll pay 1 for it.
So I will block 3.
All right, sounds
my Relentless Pursuit.
Sounds pretty good. Notably, I don't have a fealty. Or wait, were you marked?
I am marked.
Okay, so that.
Yeah, now you should have a fealty now.
Yeah, okay, sorry. I do actually. We did miss a fealty on the Arachne. In that case.
You're just gonna scoop it up.
No, I think that gets pretty good for me. I'm gonna actually go ahead and now pop that fealty to send in the Art of Dragonfire, which will deal 2 damage to you.
A little stupid, a little stupid. We're gonna block 5.
All right, I'm good with that. All right, this kunai will go to the bin.
All right, that kind of really ruined my turn. So we're gonna do Mark of the Funnel Web for 3.
All right, when it hits a heart marked hero, banish a card in their arsenal. So I'm notably not marked. I'm going to say no blocks. Any reactions?
Yes, I'm going to instant speed discard Reaper's Call to mark you.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
So you're marked. This is now actually coming in for 4 because of Arachne's ability.
The funny thing is I can't even leapfrog Vocal Sack, which is kind of awkward. But I do, unfortunately, have the Lair of the Spire for my arsenal.
Oh, now I'm marked.
Yeah,
that's so good.
Now you are the one who's marked.
I thought I was doing.
Or no, sorry, sneaky. No, you don't get Gogan on this yet, so you're not marked.
I'm not marked.
Sorry, you're not marked. But I do get to cover this, so I don't get my arsenal banished, which I think is pretty good.
Cool.
So this will come in for 1 over.
Yep. So you take 1.
Yep.
Your arsenal is gone.
And then I remove the mark.
Cool. All right, it's a shame. I'm going to draw up.
All right.
I think my goose might be cooked.
I'm going to do my best here. So I'm going to start by pitching Trot Along to send in another kunai.
So I'm going to take the kunai damage.
All right, that sounds good. I will then follow up with a Cut Through Blue, which will have go again because I've hit with a dagger.
And +1?
And +1.
We'll do block 2.
All right, block 2 is good. And then I will next play Sound the Alarm. So I get to reveal your hand. So I see lair the spider, extinguish the flames, and a take a stab. So I do get to put a D-React on top. I don't know if I have one, but I'll take a look. All right. I guess I do technically have a D-React. I'll put this put into context on top of my deck.
All right. I got so greedy. I should have just layered on there. Oh well. So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna react.
All right, so that fully covers it. I will. So this actually used one of my resources. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and pass back. Unfortunately, I go off my daggers, but I can try to buy them back next turn.
All right, so we're gonna do Mark of the Huntsman.
Okay, pretty scary, but we are pretty healthy life total. I'm gonna go ahead and I will just block with the Path of Vengeance.
Okay, and then I will do 1.
All right, I will move to take 1.
Take 1. Go to 5. I kind of see the writing on the wall here.
Yeah,
but who knows? I might draw like the nuts in my next hand.
we shall see.
Go for it.
All right, so on my turn, I'm going to activate Syndra.
I don't think I drew the nuts at all.
All right, we will rebuy both the daggers using a blue, which is not incredibly efficient, but we have a pretty decent hand to utilize this. So let's go ahead and start with the kunai for 1.
All right, I will block 2.
All right, sounds good to me. I will then follow up with another kunai.
I will block 2 more.
Then I will hopefully attempt to kill you with the Blood Run Sweep.
You kill me.
All right,
Congrats.
All right.
All right.
Well, yeah, that was, I think, a pretty fun game.
Yeah, I thought I was getting real clever with the banish one, but you were very lucky in that you had a react in arsenal.
Yeah. Reacts are pretty good in this format,
yeah.
I think.
I think I played it okay. Probably shouldn't have taken as much damage, and I definitely should have marked you with that layer of the spider by reacting to not the sound of the alarm. But sense. I got really greedy. I thought you were going to go wide.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, this is a pretty fun format, honestly. We both did pretty well in our other pre-release today, right?
We both went 2-1.
Which is pretty good. Yeah, but we're having a lot of fun with this format. Excited to play it in paper, which I think is kind of cool. Yeah, any closing thoughts from you?
I like playing Fang better in Limited. I think Fang is, or at least in Sealed. The randomness of Arachne
it's pretty brutal.
It's cool, but like I mean, like I got Funnel Web, but then you're kind of at the will of the dice, which is a little bit rough. But yeah, it's a cool hero design. I really like it. I think Fang's also super cool. I haven't tried Cinder at all.
Cinder's been a lot of fun. Like, I think Cinder's been the only tier. I think I played Fang once in Limited, but Cinder's been like the hero I've mainly been playing in Limited, and I feel like she's got a lot of really good stuff going on for her with like the 1-for-5s and stuff.
Yeah, she's got a lot of cool stuff, and like that stupid Blood Run Steep card is that's real nasty.
Yeah, that card's pretty gross if you open it in your pool. Cool. Just to confirm the kill. But thank you for playing with me. And yeah,
well, I hope you all enjoyed doing this. If you like it, let us know, and we'll try and do more.
Try to do it again. We have the most jank camera setup in the world right now trying to record this.
Yeah, we'll post a picture right here
of what we're doing, and it's terrible.
It's terrible.
It's probably a safety hazard at this point. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.